do a podcast when I'm full of Spud's Burger and fries. Oh boy. Am I good for gas? This is enough to get me back, right? Yeah, this is enough to get me back. Watch we see friggin' Jay right on the street, like, be like, hey, what you going? And then the night doesn't end. Because I don't know when Jay's going back to Sri Lanka. Oh my goodness. Leaving Kutztown like I'm leaving Las Vegas. And I don't even know, what on earth is that? Is that a convertible Jetta? What on earth is that Volkswagen? I can't keep track of cars now. And there goes a Harley with freaking Christmas lights in the engine. Because that's what's gonna get my wife into seeing my side of... Oh, god damn it. Because I need to find a way to introduce my wife to the idea of turning this into an open marriage. So putting lights on the inside of my Dynaglide is gonna seal the deal. Not a fun joke? Alright.
Can't win them all.
No, I know. Emilio's Italian restaurant in Kutztown. For when there's a fight at Mama's, you come here. I wish I still lived in Kutztown, because I don't know, I always felt at home here.
It's because Kutztown is like, Kutztown University is like Blue Mountain's 13th through,
yeah,
you know, whatever grade.
Right. Now everybody who's listening to this is going to hear that weird sound that I can't track down. It's either wheel bearings or it's the tires or who knows what. But I've dumped so much money, and by so much money I mean $2,000. I'm into this car now. $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a first-gen fit. Right? I mean, that's what happens when you buy a car in haste, because my previous car, I got into an accident, so I had to buy something, and I was still working at the time. So I bought this, which is like a Toyota Echo, and also, but it's a good film platform. So, and it has the 4 points in the back there where you can ratchet strap a tripod down to the back, and you can film out of these things. So I've been filming for a while now, and by filming I mean the thing on my head. I always never wanted to start a YouTube video by starting it off with, hey guys, how's it going? Because they can't respond. I guess they can in their... Who responds in the comments of a video directly addressing the opening introduction? Well, thank you, Mr. R, for asking how I'm going. Here's what's going on recently. My girlfriend got her teeth punched out. That's a... I'm sorry for going so dark with that. And really what you're hearing me do is what I would do all the time on Kutztown University Radio, is that there will be times on the KU Car Show where I had to, it was just me, I had no guests, no anything. And you had an hour to kill. And it's a friggin' talk show. Well, keep up the blah blah blah, right? Yeah. So Dan
is our next guest.
Is our next guest in the back seat.
Finally. Coming to you live.
Dan has a 240SX that
everyone hates.
No one really hates it. I mean, it's just the idea of 240s. I'm just gonna, well, maybe do a little bit of air. We can see if that belt's good. There he goes. I exist, he screams and hopes the pine trees respond. I'm gonna condition the air with my brand new AC Delco serpentine belt that I had to tighten 5 times. Not only is it a serpentine belt, it's actually no, it's just grooved. It has the grooves in them. I don't know what the grooves do. They keep the belt in.
Keep belt in line.
Ah.
V-belt.
Nice. So Dan has a 240 he's been working on for a while, and at currently right now he doesn't have it, right? It's away.
It's in a paint booth.
How long is it's gonna?
It's gonna be about. It's been in there a week. It's gonna take another week to get finished painting. So it's not too bad. Got a real good deal on it.
Now the original, when we saw it, it was completely, the inside's done, and by inside I mean under the hood, and with except for the alternator, right, or something.
Everything's done. I mean, I'm never gonna stop upgrading it, but I'm happy where it's at now. The interior, as in like seats and dash and what have you, is about halfway finished. I really want to update all the tired 90s fabrics of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then the paint was, in the previous video, was a tired, sun-faded grandma at the nickel slot in Vegas red. And I was really just getting tired of it. It looked like hell. The paint really didn't do what work I had in it justice.
Mm-hmm.
So I caught up with a friend of mine's dad who's been painting for about 30 years now. And he gave me a really good deal. I'm going with a Porsche Viola Metallic,
Mm-hmm.
which some say purple's overrated with 240s, but they say that about Rocket Bunny kits too. And how many Rocket Bunny kits have you seen in your life?
Dumb question. What is a Rocket Bunny kit?
Rocket Bunny kit.
Oh,
it's
Rocket.
a $2,000 set of FRP plastic. That it's flares, a wing.
Oh, okay.
Shebang. Real expensive. Way overpriced in my opinion, but they're real popular, and people always say that, oh, the Rocket Bunny kits are played out, too many people have them, but I have only seen one in my entire life. So it's just the internet's full of them.
Right.
You know, there's 10 people throughout the world that, there's more than 10, but 30 people throughout the world have Rocket Bunny kits, and you see them at one time and you think they're overplayed. So it's kind of the same thing with the purple 240. A lot of people like the paint in purple, but that's okay with me.
Well, truth be told, the paint that you had saw a lifetime of just sun. It was you saw it was almost down to the primer, right? No, wait, that's the original paint, so they don't really use.
Well, no, it was actually painted the factory red. It must have been an accident at some point that they fixed, but it was painted a single stage paint job over the factory red.
Oh.
Same red, but they resprayed it, and they didn't do a very good job at it.
Ah.
That's why it faded out so quickly.
And pardon me as I merge onto Interstate 78. But that's why people get on 240s, because so many of them are in various stages of a rolling rebuild. Because it's simultaneously your car and your project car.
Yeah.
So, well, most people, when they're working on project cars, they spend their entire life in a garage. Where
like you said with the whole Miata, and the E30.
Right.
You want a track car, but it's your car.
Right.
And Miatas and most E30s are still in really good conditions. 240s have had a lifetime of abuse already, and now they're being resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
To do another lifetime of abuse.
Right. Now, hopefully, we're seeing the swing back where the 240s are being enjoyed now for their stock, or as close to stock as you can get. Because every vehicle needs to be drugged through and beaten in the basement before it can be appreciated in its original form.
Yeah, that movement's starting, and I've seen it, you're seeing the missile fad starting to phase out.
Mm-hmm. You're also seeing it with, we were making jokes before about the Neon SRT4, because so many of them are all blown up, because they're for my money, see, that's another weird thing. This is going to be like the podcast of tangents, but so much of commentary, not just on cars, but on internet in general, which is a throw off of the Me Too culture, where whenever someone is about to give an opinion, they have to recognize the opposite opinion, or mayonnaise it, or as you were saying earlier, turn it into mashed potatoes by saying it's just my opinion, which is a close cousin of the just saying. So I'm not going to say that. A lot of Neon SRT4s have been blown up by people who feel that modifying a car is a way to win their father's affection. Or, see, that's a line I want to use in something in the future, as if a father's affection lies at the top of the rev range, or by winning the street fight, dad won't think I'm a queer anymore, or something. Now that's a nasty way to put it, but there's a lot of guys. Yeah, right. I smell it too. There's a lot of guys out there who feel that leaving a car alone is being a pussy. So you have Neon SRT4s with I use that phrase already, simple assault, which is the police description of a bar fight. No, can't use that term. See, this is me when I'm trying to write things for RCR. You get half a sentence out and think, no, I can't use that, or I got to make it better. So I'll just use simple language. Obnoxious blow-off valves. That's what you get with Neon SRT4s. The chintziest eBay. If they could hook up a Radio Shack
for all you Turbonetics blow-off valve owners, we're talking about you. Just putting it out there.
If you could hook up a PA system to your blow-off valve, you'd do it. And that's the bad rap that the SRT4 gets, when it is a nicer version of the second generation Neon. And yes, the second generation Neon was rattly and bangy and nonsense like that. Whereas you get into a 240 in its stock form, even though it predates it by a decade, like 89, right? Or 90.
89 was the start of the American 240.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, now I smell.
Yeah,
that's not least.
That's Leonardsville.
It's
just the stink right around this area.
It smells like Temple. It feels like because normally when we were in Kutztown, you would go, oh, we're going to the Walmart. Which one? The good one or the smelly one? And the good one meant Whitehall, and the smelly one meant Temple, because there's the mushroom plant right next to it.
It's like it punishes you for driving down the road.
Yeah.
This is our tax.
And now we're passing Lenhartsville, so in a minute I can go 65, like that guy is. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. The rule is, it's when your rear wheels pass the speed limit sign, can you accelerate? Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. Now. My foot's on the floor right now. I'm in 5th gear. And 60, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am at highway speed. And you notice that sound goes away a little bit. The wum wum wum, now that we're at 65.
I really wouldn't worry about it if you can't feel it.
Right, can you feel anything on the wheel?
No.
No.
Besides that guardrail.
I am that person who will, like when we were on the road trip, I'd go to Roman, I'd be driving, he'd be shotgun, and I say, I gotta do something quick. Roman, drive. And he'd go, what? Oh, yeah, just keep it straight. I've never done the driving with the knees thing, though.
I do that.
Oh, you do that?
I'll do that over someone else taking the wheel.
Ah.
It was cool we were talking about earlier with the getting married into the subculture.
Oh, yeah.
You buy.
Yeah, like, you were saying, oh, you bought a 240, that means you like to drift. No. Oh, you drive 240, that means your uncle has a probation officer. No. Oh, you drive a 240, that means you like Jack's cigarettes. No. Oh, you drive a 240, that means help me out here.
Attitude 40 jokes.
Attitude.
That means you obviously have hoonigan attire and
yes.
Zip ties in your glove compartment.
Oh, you drive a 240. That means you also own a Kawasaki Ninja 500. You've cut down the fairing a little bit and fitted a whole bunch of Monster Energy drink stickers to it. Oh, you drive a 240. That means your mom drives a Wrangler. Oh, you drive a 240. That means your dad still goes around saying the words, yeah, it's got a Hemi, in reference to his Dodge Durango.
Well, I mean, it's not only the 240. I mean, that's just a huge one. I mean, you get 240 SX. And when I bought one, I was already in the drifting world a little bit. I had a 300ZX that I was playing around with. I was learning how to do it. And I didn't really realize that when you bought a 240SX, you solidified your place in that.
Right.
People knew who I was and what I was about before they even really met me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just assumed. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just something you have to realize.
Right.
Whereas, you know, with the SRT4, you know, we were just doing it. Oh, you see a guy with an SRT4, we assume he wants to be seen by everyone around him.
Yeah.
And, you know, wants to have his little 4-banger sound like a dump truck on it.
Yeah, sell like a dump truck. 4-bangers sell like a dump truck. Yeah.
And then we got, you know, you buy a Harley Davidson, automatically you're leathered up and you want to, you know, fight some queers at the bar.
Right. Oh,
you know, it's not like that, but when you buy a vehicle, there's that stigma already attached to you.
Right.
I mean, and there's some vehicles that the culture is so, the stink of that culture is so strong.
Right.
That it makes you want to conform to it.
Right.
Say the Gen 4 Supra owners. If you have a Supra and it's anything but a white 800 horsepower
right.
Tuesday,
yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, don't you dare put fender flares on my on our Supra. You know,
right.
It's a community Supra.
Right.
You know, you see a guy with a Supra who has, you know, just some wild stuff done to it that you wouldn't think twice of any other car.
Right.
You're gonna, you know, damn him to hell because how dare you ruin a Supra?
Yeah, people don't get bent out of shape. When we were talking about Preludes earlier, I didn't know those things were that heavy.
Oh, they're heavy.
Yeah.
You know, you think a Prelude, you slap fender flares, and all this other goofy stuff on it.
He shows up the sheets. He's doing that 2-step thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, now you can hear it again. Oh. Or maybe I'm hearing the
car noise.
Yeah, just a car noise. It's just a car
gotta
noise.
let it go. Until you start feeling things, it's just car noise.
I gotta be cool with Sally's character. Oh yeah, I never like her name's Silicone Sally. Because of all the black. Yeah. Okay, we've reached the end of our journey here. They're big Cabela's. So thank you very much for our musings on 240s and the general. Man, you've been with us for this entire time. This was a drive from Kutztown to Hamburg. So thank you, and I apologize for the GoPro footage because GoPros don't like low light. So thank you, and see you next time.